So you're
And at that time, I had $3,000 in the bank. Why would I?
Yeah. So you think somebody got her?
For sure.
How would they do it, do you think?
It'd be easy enough to sneak up that dog trail and stay hidden at the end of the tree line. You wouldn't hardly be able to notice anybody there, especially if they had camo on. You wouldn't even see them. And they just have to wait for the right second for someone to step out that door or go into the basement or whatever. Our neighbors, at that time heard a scream, and she thought it was a really weird scream, like somebody had her mouth covered the whole time, and she was trying to catch her breath, kind of a scream. She could scream loud.
How close was that neighbor?
Well, from the bottom, from the Ben Hill Road down there at the bottom, their driveway is directly across from ours almost, and it just goes straight up to their hill, and we live on this hill.
So you don't think Candace would have heard that?
No, because I can pull up in our driveway and honk the horn, and they can't even hear that if the TV's calling inside and everything like that. So Candace is inside the house searching, looking, going through the basement and everything else. So where's Summer? And
I mean, when for the scream, so the muffled scream, she wouldn't be able to hear it from the front yard, but they could hear it.
Well, if she was outside, yes, but if she was inside, no.
Was she outside or inside?
Well, we don't know for sure. She was looking all through the house, everywhere. I'd say she's probably inside.
But when the scream happened, do you think?
Probably. Because if she would have been outside, she probably would have heard it. Yeah.
Is there anything about Candace's story that makes you question the story?
No, not the way it played out and everything like that. I mean, yeah, you always have questions, and I'd ask myself, but the way that it happened and her emotions and her state of mind.
What were the questions that you had?
I mean, I don't really have any. I mean, I don't really have any questions. I mean,
did you talk to your boys about what happened?
the questions, yeah.
Go ahead.
My one boy feels bad because he didn't go downstairs and play. And I was really down one day, and my other son comes and he says, "Dad, it's not my fault." I says, "I know, son, I know it's not your fault." I had to tell him I'm sorry for whatever way I was acting,
Sometimes you get upset and you get a lot on your mind.
Human. Part of being human.
Yeah.
It's tough.
So when you had questions for Candace, let's get back to that for a second.
Yeah.
So what were you?
Mostly about Allie and Hunter and their family and the way they turned on us suddenly. After as soon as Summer got gone, they turned on us, and I don't understand that. And I don't know the whole story. I wish she was here, and I wish she would answer these questions.
Yeah.
Because she knows firsthand. I don't.
You gotta remember something. Tell us. You gotta tell us something.
I don't know. It's like they blamed us right away for her disappearance. Like we've done something. You did something to your daughter or something to that effect. I can't be sure word for word, but I know it was something to that effect.
Yeah. I know you've been talking to everybody on the planet, but there's going to be some. What usually solves problems is what else. What else do you know that you haven't said to anybody, or what else do you know that we haven't heard?
Yeah.
Such as
we don't know. I mean, that's the whole point. It might be that one piece that somebody can put story in.
I don't know.
Is there a part you haven't said that you told me a couple things on the phone?
Yeah.
You've said a couple things. Maybe there's some things you haven't said to somebody else that you've told me. So think of the things the reasons you think she might be missing, or what may have happened.
Okay. Well. Okay. I don't want to talk about. I don't want to make my stepsisters mad or anything like that. I want them to just leave me the hell alone. But, so they said they never knew Summer on YouTube. They never knew anything about Summer. And so the day that this happened, the very next day they called TBI and say that we know what happened to her. Her daddy did this to her, and her daddy did that to her, and he probably got caught and killed her and all kind of stuff like that. That was the first thing ever said. And then they said that both my nieces said that I did some horrific things to them for 7 years straight, and told them if anything was ever said about it, I would kill them.
Mhm.
And they let this ride the whole time for 70 some odd days before they clarified and straightened it out. That, I mean, these were horrific lies. So when these lies first come out, I had women calling my phone, screaming at me, "Did you really do this?" And I'm like, "Do what? You know, what are you talking about?" So,
Who are they telling this to?
me.
I mean,
And how'd they get my
the
numbers
sisters,
and other
the
questions?
stepsisters.
Yeah, the stepsisters.
Who are they
Who are
telling?
they telling this to?
I guess groups in Utah, Facebook, and doing videos on YouTube.
Have they been here though? Have they been here where
No,
that could have happened?
nothing. No, they did this all from Utah.
Or where do they get information? We did have any information, or they're just saying whatever?
They're making up some horrific lies about me.
So,
I barely know my nieces.
but have you been around? I mean, when they're saying these things happened, were you around in that time?
No,
And that, were they?
No.
So they weren't. Have they been to the house?
no, I never.
Have you
No,
been to their house?
I mean, I barely know Trish.
Yeah.
I barely know her,
Have you
and I
been-
do know Amanda a little bit, but just
Have you been to
barely.
their house?
No, I've never been to their house.
Have
I've seen
you
them
been
at
anywhere with them other than?
I've seen them at my dad's house.
Okay, for how long a period of time?
I don't know. I mean, not long. I don't know them that well. They were little kids. I mean, I don't
You
know.
got along with them though?
I don't know about that.
But when they were little kids, you knew them. That's where you got to know them when they were little kids, I guess.
Yeah, to a point.
Yeah.
How much interaction do you have with them?
Well, see, not much, because you got my side of the family, the Wellses, and then you got the Simonsons.
Mhm.
Those are two different entities brought together by. Okay, my stepmother is my babysitter.
Mhm.
Okay, so we've known each other our whole lives, and you know, when we were kids, when we were little kids, it was really good. My stepbrothers and stuff, we played together all the time. We done everything. It was good, you know, and even with our stepsisters. But I don't know what happened when. I mean, me and my stepsister have had some issues. She wants to play innocent. That's fine, whatever. She can play innocent. But you know, when we were younger, we done what little kids do.
What is
Okay.
that? Some stuff we talked about on the phone.
Huh?
Some of the stuff we talked about on the phone.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I mean, you know, little kids do stuff, you know. And they
Well, when you're a kid,
Yeah.
you're learning,
Yeah.
you're exploring. That's a whole different world. It's a whole different time. So that's people change.
Right.
You remember 1 Corinthians is when I was a child, I
Right.
thought as a child and I understood things as a child. Now that I'm a man, I understand.
Right.
You know the whole.
Absolutely.
So I'm with you on that.
Right.
That is, but did you love them? Was there love in that family?
There was, you know, when we were younger and stuff, and then, you know, as we grow older, it seems like everybody started growing apart. A lot of hate. I don't know, you know, they're
When were you around the nieces? When were you around them that they wouldn't even have a chance to say any of that? How old were they?
how old was
The nieces that
The
are making up
nieces.
stuff.
when I was, you know, with them. You know, I want you to understand that they've already clarified that I've never done that
Right.
stuff.
I'm with you.
I've never done any of this stuff, so they've already said that on
Gotcha.
YouTube.
Right,
I made
gotcha.
it clear, finally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, okay. But when I did know, you know, Trish, she was probably, I don't know, gosh, how old